Hope you know anything up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Into the Weeds podcast here on Military Broadcast Radio. I'm Amber.
And I'm Alora. These are Dutch bros.
Sorry. And today we have Tony from Inside the Hoosier Mind with us.
Hello.
And thank you, Tony, for being with us today.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you guys. I even went and got a haircut and a fresh beard cut, so I don't look as homeless as I did like 4 hours ago. So.
Well, I was thinking the picture in our in our screen grab versus this. You still have the red hair, but it's a little different. You grew it out
just a little bit. Yeah, I was able to grow it out for like a year, and it was like I was looking the other day. I was like, all right, I have to move my beard hair if I want to look down. Like, yeah, this is getting too much. Time for this to go.
That's fair.
I got myself a hairdo today too, as well.
Ooh, look at that.
I took a shower and I used the hair dryer on my bangs only. So hey yo,
there we go.
Okay, well, I hope everybody had a good 2 weeks. We had a 2 weeks off.
You uploaded something last week.
Well, no, yeah, we did.
And then
we had 1
live.
week off. My bad. We had just the 4th of July off.
But you uploaded something.
Yeah, but we weren't live. So I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I almost said Thanksgiving.
Don't age us now.
Yeah. So my husband and I went up to the capital of Missouri because they have fireworks and they usually have a band there. And so we went up there, sat up on the lawn, and then found out that the band got their soundboard wet because it had rained. They set up and the soundboard got wet. So they weren't going to be playing. So my husband went and asked people in charge. And he's like, hey, we're from Military Broadcast Radio. Can we help? And so he went and got the speakers and the mixer and everything and the microphone and set up right in front of the Capitol. And we played music for everybody.
Good stuff, man.
Look at that.
So that was very interesting. I definitely didn't expect my 4th of July to go like that. But I'm glad it did. It was very, very fun. So tonight we have, let's see, who do we have today? We have Kathleen, New Orleans lady, JoJo for Show, Ivona, and Sam. Okay. So it's good to see everybody tonight. Our guest has not shown up yet.
Well, I texted her and it seems like she had a family thing that ran over. So she's still at her family's house. So we might have to just wing it, but that's totally cool. We can have her on next week.
Yeah.
I love her. And we have Tony. So it's cool. We can use you.
Yes.
We knew that we double scheduled for some reason.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Well, I don't even see Joy in here, so she's missing all the fun.
I know. She's gonna be a little upset. Sorry, we're not trying to objectify you, Tony.
My secret crush.
What did you do for the 4th of July? Or were you boring?
I was kind of boring. I went to my coworker's in-laws' place. They invited me.
Boring.
Well, I didn't actually get to stay for the fireworks because we had a ton of storms and rain. On top of it, my cats decided that week was the week that we're like, hey, Dad, we really need you to spend some extra money and extra attention with us this week. So why don't you go ahead and fork over that money?
I know all about that.
I get
it. And so as I was driving back home, and I watched the fireworks as I was driving, which probably isn't the best thing to pay attention to as I'm driving, but to believe it or not, not a whole lot of money, not a whole lot of people that were on the roads then. So I was like, it works out.
Yeah, there were quite a bit of storms. Actually, Lake of the Ozarks got a tornado that night and a couple of other places around there. So, yeah.
I get it, though, forking over the money on your pets. This dude, he gets seasonal allergies, I guess. We've concluded that this time, and he chews at his paws. Yep. So I had to take him and make sure that nothing was really seriously wrong. And I'm a $150 out. Thanks, Oates.
Yeah, well, we guess he's anywhere between 10 and 14. He's a feral outside kitty that I've managed to tame. He's got real big, like chubby cheeks. He's got the tomcat jowls, but he's got real stubby little legs. He's adorable. I took him to get him to lose his cojones, as we'll call them.
Mm-hmm.
But he also had a gash on his tail. And so I bring him home. He finally calms down, and he gets up. He's in like a little pool of blood. And I was like, oh, crap. So I take him to the emergency vet. That cost me some money. So he's the first half of my bill. And then Peach, I was like, well, I don't know if she's diabetic or not. She's lost a whole bunch of weight. I was like, I should probably get you in. They're like, well, we think she might have kidney problems. So we want to do 3 other tests. Okay. And then the medication. So all total, with all the extra stuff, I spent $1,500 on 2 kitties the week before. And they wanted me to spend another like $900. I was like, no, thank you. I love them to death, but we'll work with the medicine and then we'll go from there.
Well, look, at least one of the kitties says that you're cool.
Yes.
No, actually, we got a new dog this week.
We got a new member of the podcast.
Yes. He's a little crazy, so he's not down here at the moment.
I don't know. I feel like we can show him off for 2 seconds. I just told Papa that I might take him down for just a minute.
Okay, well then get him if you
Would you like to hold Oates?
Yes, I'll hold Oates. We have to keep them separated because Flynn, he was on a sheep farm, and so he had to take some medicine just in case, we have to keep them separated.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go get him though, just so everybody can see how handsome he is.
Yes.
We're gonna see little Flynn. Ivana says get pet insurance.
Yeah.
I should get some insurance for you, you little
no doubt
butthead.
Flynn is a treeing walker coonhound, and he's 10 weeks old.
Oh.
And he had never been inside a house before. And so that was interesting. He was like a new baby colt on his legs coming into the house.
I don't know what this is. Where am I? Why am I here?
Yeah, and I didn't name him Flynn. The little boy who was raising him named him Flynn. Oh. So we just went with it, but we call him Flanagan.
Flanagan? Okay.
Flanagus Angus Dietz.
Okay.
We have to have a weird middle name.
That's okay.
So he's on his way, but he's adorable.
Oh.
Oates is like, oh.
Oates already knows. He's like, absolutely not.
Yep, I got him.
Okay, we're going to be showing Flynn. I can't hear any comments. I don't have the headphones on.
No.
They'll just be momentary.
No, Oates.
Oh, you told him good.
I got him.
This is Flynn.
Oh, look at that big boy.
So sweet. Oh my God, you can tell that I gained 60 pounds. Okay.
Anyway.
Look at him though. Isn't he so sweet?
Okay, take him back up before Oates dies.
Hold on. He says that he loves being a part of the podcast.
When Oates gets upset, he starts snorting.
He's gonna fluff him up. It's happening. He's like, just
and when he
give me one
drinks
chance.
too fast. What'd you say, Tony?
I said he's gonna fluff him up. Just give him one chance. That's all he needs. Is just one chance to fluff him up.
No, he's not a beagle. He is a treeing walker coonhound, so he will get quite a bit bigger. Mm-hmm. The last dog we had was a red tick treeing walker coonhound. So I couldn't get one that looked exactly the same, and this guy looks way too much like Franklin. Mm-hmm. But I'm dealing with it.
No, that's how we felt. We actually ended up rescuing an Aussie, an Australian Shepherd. She looks just like the male Australian Shepherd we had to put down a couple of years ago, and I mean, she looks just like him, same personality and everything. I'm like, oh, and you're the same color. Like that's my boy almost. Like that's my boy reincarnated.
I know that's how I felt at first, but no, we looked at several different. There were 3 male dogs, and one of them looked just like Franklin with the eyes and everything. I was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, because you almost, and that's kind of how I feel about Peach. Peach was actually. It's going to sound really bad. She was kind of my replacement cat for a tortie that I had also lost after I joined the military. She passed away like 2 weeks before I was supposed to come out and marry my now ex-wife. She passed away, and then my ex-wife and I got married, and then we find Peach, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a carbon copy image. Like, that's my girl.
And Peach isn't the one that poops on your pillow, is it?
Yes, she is. But hey, she has been since put on Prozac and is like 10 times better than what she was.
Oh my goodness.
She's very spiteful. She's very, very spiteful. And what's even worse is she knows she's not supposed to do it. So she would poop on the floor. And at the time where my shoes were available, she would drag my shoes over to cover her poop, because it was like, if dad can't see it, it never happened.
Oh,
Like,
no
he doesn't
way.
know. She would even like, I have carpet strips down here. And some of them are fairly loose, like up against the stairs. She would take the loose ones and she would cover it over on top of her poop. Like, again, if dad doesn't see it, it never happened. I'm like, so you know you're not supposed to, but you do it anyway.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Ha ha. I didn't hear what you said, but I believe it was hilarious.
His cat would hide the poop whenever.
Every time you come on our damn show.
Well, I
Hey,
asked her.
Oh,
hey, she's on Prozac now. It's been so much better. She's been on Prozac for 10 milligrams every day of Prozac.
Oh God, is Prozac what I took where I saw shadow people? What did I take that I saw shadow people?
No, that was something else. I don't remember what that was.
Prozac.
I said, now you do have to be careful, because my vet was telling me they had he had a dog. I think it might have been a coonhound, and they were giving him like 25 milligrams of Prozac, and he was like terrified to go to sleep because he was seeing stuff. I was like, no, I won't do that to her.
I'm pretty sure it was Prozac. It was something in the whatever the generic name for it was. I think it started with an F. I think. Luke's. It's whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what that reminds me, or what that came up. You know where you came up with that from.
I think I do, but I don't remember.
We're not going to talk about those who know. Those who know. Yeah, fluoxetine or whatever the heck. I tried it one time. My mom pulled in my driveway. Our dog Jack was standing there, wondering what we were doing with a dog that looked just like him. I should know they're the same pattern and everything. Oh,
he's like, how did you come back with me? Wait a minute, I didn't go with you.
Confuse them.
I accidentally deleted that. Sorry.
Oh,
so we ended up with twin beagles and names.
a new one, Fritz.
That's cute.
Well, I personally think, I'm not trying to make it a little sad, but if anybody remembers Franklin, I feel like he looks a lot like Frankie D.
He does. He
I
does.
look a lot like him. So anyway, but I did take whatever that was one time. Took it one time, and the next morning I woke up, I went to work, and I had to hide underneath. I needed to hide under racking. And then my friend came and he had to pull me out. Like, he actually had to get down there. He's like, "It's okay, sweetie." And he had to hold my hand and he had to pull me out of there. And then I was like, I think I'm going to go home.
I'm going to go home now.
I have not tried any kind of medication since, other than ibuprofen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They actually gave me one time, I was having stomach pain. And they gave me some pain medicine. I don't even know what it's called, but I took it and I started seeing little people or demon entities or whatever that were this small running up the side of my bed. And I was like, oh, hell no, I dumped that stuff out.
Was this when I was alive or when you were a kid?
No, that was when we lived on Mariner. Yeah, so when we lived in Florida, when she was still a little kid, and I went straight to the toilet, threw it out. And when I went back, they're like, well, how did it work for you? I was like, I was seeing little people.
So my grandmother kind of had the same thing. Hers was a combination of, she took way too many Vicodin. She took way too many laxatives. Okay, so to give you a quick backstory about all of this. So she had a really bad pain addiction problem, and so she'd probably take 8 or 9 Vicodin a day, no problem. And because of that, her kidneys started to fail. So she's like, I haven't gone to the bathroom. I need to take laxatives. She took 36 laxatives So she would be stuck in the bathroom like all day. And then she would go to sleep and then she'd wake up and she'd be like, oh my God, I can't go to the bathroom. More laxatives. So she does this. And then she has a UTI on top of it. So she's got an altered mental status. So I come in one day and she's like bent over on the floor and she's just picking and she's picking. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, there's spiders. It's like, where? And she goes, you don't see them? There's orange, white, and purple. I'm like, I know I'm colorblind. I don't see a whole lot, but I'm not seeing any of those. Like, what are you talking about? So through all this, my mom, of course, was frustrated. She's like, my grandmother was insulting mom and doing all these crazy stuff with her. Mom being a bit of a smart aleck, which is where I get it from. She's like, you don't see these damn spiders. Mom goes, no. She slams her hand just down on the thing and then licks it in front of her. So grandma sees her lick all these dead spiders. The shock horror on her face.
Oh God.
Like, oh, it's like, yeah, nope, no pain meds for me.
This isn't another episode that we're gonna have to delete.
No, that one's fine. That one's perfectly fine. I won't say the other embarrassing stuff, but no, that one it was like, okay.
It feels like every time we have you on, we have to delete it or something.
No, that one you can put out there. Mom would probably laugh. She's like, oh no, I did that. Absolutely.
I won't share any further, so we don't have to delete on our end. But we had a family member that is no longer with us that also would take like 28 laxatives.
I just feel like that's so like if I have it happen, quote unquote naturally, I'm like, this sucks. I can't imagine like I'm gonna do this to myself intentionally.
Oh,
no,
God.
thank you.
Oh, what an odd medication to have an addiction to.
Right. But I guess there's quite a few people.
No, there's a
that
lot.
do.
I've heard a lot. A lot of people with eating disorders do.
Yeah.
Thankfully, whenever my eating disorder was in full effect, I did not indulge.
No, you just like Takis too much.
I ate Takis all the time. The only thing I would eat was Takis.
My son, when he had a really bad fever, he saw spiders. He was he was probably like 1 or 2.
Okay.
And he got really sick, got a bad fever, and saw spiders crawling everywhere. And so he was like, spider. It was so
I
terrible.
forgot about that. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Oh, I see Joe. So I will tell you, I do have them. My cousin actually bought me a pair. They're basically rose colored, or as they say. And it does help, but it also distorts any other colors I can see. So it's like I can finally tell the difference between some red and greens, but then like all the other colors I can normally see get like distorted and weird. But I can pass a colorblind test if I wear those little like colored dots. I can pass it if I wear those, but most of those are like, yeah, take those off.
How'd you get in the military with color blindness?
Believe it or not, it's no longer a disqualifier. Being colorblind and having flat feet, which I have both, no longer disqualifiers. And it was funny because when they said, hey, we're going to retrain you into being a medic, I was like, are you sure you want to do that? And they're like, well, yeah. I was like, but I'm colorblind. Like, you're going to tell me to go get the lavender or the gray test tube, and I'm going to look at you like, which one's lavender, which one's gray? I'm just going to grab you both and hope that I got the right one.
You said you have green and red color blindness?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
what a loser. I'm just kidding. I love green. It's my favorite color.
Well,
Can you tell what color this
that's green. I know that's green.
It was red. That's a crazy test.
Well, if it gives you an idea, so the same dog I was talking about, the Aussie that we lost, we had a ruby red football, and Mom had just freshly cut the grass. I'm playing with this football with him, and I throw it, and I can't find it, and neither can he. And my mom is up on the porch dying laughing. She goes, it's right there. I was like, where is there? She goes, you can't see that red football in the grass. No, quit bullying me over this. I can't see it, Nate. So, yeah, it happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
So, can you tell that you're a redhead?
Believe it or not, I didn't find out I was a quote unquote ginger until I was like 23, 24. So I'm at the dental clinic getting my yearly checkup by this this tech and whatnot. And they're like, okay, we want to get your wisdom teeth out. I'm like, yeah, okay. They're like, well, do you ever have any problem with anesthesia? It's like, yeah, I said, I come out really, really mad out of anesthesia. And all of a sudden this nurse is like, oh, sweetie, that's because you got red hair. I'm going, what did you just say to me? I don't have what? What did you just say to me? Like, yeah, you're a redhead, sweetheart. No, I ain't.
You were in denial.
Oh, yes, I know I ain't. Sure enough.
I just got my wisdom teeth taken out like a month and a half ago. Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
That was the worst thing I think I've ever been through in my life. And my doctor didn't put me out, and he didn't want to give me laughing gas. And it turns out, after looking at my bill, the insurance did not cover $1 of laughing gas. And he treated me like I was a drug addict because I wanted to be take the edge off a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm a redhead and a pothead, so it didn't do anything hardly.
See,
No.
I had that. So I had to do a deep clean, and it was funny because the hygienist gives me like the first round of shots, and she's like, okay, are you numb yet? No. Wait, you can still feel it? Yeah. Okay. So she gives me another one. She's like, all right, I'll wait. Okay. Can you still feel this? Yeah. You need another round? If you don't want me to feel it, I do. Yeah, sure enough, I had to get I had to get 4 rounds of shots of numbing agent to actually like numb my. And then I
No.
accidentally bit my hygienist because I couldn't feel it when she told me to bite down, and I bit her finger.
So no, it's true though. She's this person says I work in dental and redheads have odd reactions to anesthesia. They often need 3 times the amount too. Yeah. I woke up during open heart surgery when I was 4 years old.
Oh shit. My brother, I think my brother had something like that happen. They were in the middle of it and he woke up like, what are y'all doing? They're like, oh shit, go back to sleep, buddy. Here you go. Count back from 10.
Yeah, and I don't know how that works when your heart stopped and you wake up. I don't know how it works. All I remember is looking up and these 2 doctors, one on each side, and they're like, "Oh, sweetie, you're awake." And I remember being scared and then falling asleep. And then I remember waking back up and they asked me, you want Raisin Bran for breakfast? And I was like, no, that's gross. And then they said, well, you're an odd child. You wake up during surgery and you don't like Raisin Bran.
Who at 4 years old is like, yeah, give me that Raisin Bran?
Well, it was the 80s. So, I mean, that was all the rage back then.
I wasn't alive back then. Tony, how old are you?
I just turned 31. So yeah, I wasn't
okay. Around. Math is not my strong suit. What year is that?
95.
95. So
wow.
Old lady over here.
Yeah.
I was in I graduated in 98, so I would have been in 10th grade.
Okay.
No. 9th grade.
I was about 5 years from being a glimmer in my daddy's ball sack.
I was probably one of the last, probably 2 sperm in my dad's, ball sack. So I know that feeling.
Oh, well, at least you can joke about your dad passing away at such a young age.
Dude, that's my favorite thing is the uncomfortable, like, dead dad jokes. I did it to people at work. So a few people I work with already knew, and then these 2 guys that I had never gone on a trip with are talking. And one is like, yeah, he goes, we have a buddy in our group that we make dead mom jokes all the time. And he got really uncomfortable about it. So now we switched to dead dad jokes. And my coworker just looks at me and she's like, and the whole time I'm just listening, not a word. And she's like, are you serious right now? You're not going to say a word. I was like, no, we'll let him just keep going. Just keep feeding into it. And by the end of all of this, I was like, wow. I was like, well, Cam, I said, I just hope you know the only person stiffer than me at this table right now is my dead dad in the crowd. Like
literally like yesterday. I was talking to two of my coworkers, and I don't remember what I said, but okay. So one of them wants to work for NASA, and he knows how to build bombs. So I told him, I was like, oh, I don't know what he really did, but my best friend told me that he used to put that he was supposed to put bombs in planes, but he never went to war, so I don't know what he really did. But I was like, but he's dead now, so I can't ask him the question. And they're like, one of them was like, oh, you're one of those people. I was like, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. I'm one of those people. I was like, he's dead now. I don't know. I can't ask him. I can't tell you if he really put up bombs on planes or not.
So to go along with that, so if I don't make people uncomfortable with the dead dad jokes, I make people uncomfortable because one of the nurses I used to work with, he goes, I have a perfect plan for if I ever develop dementia. Like what? And he goes, I'm gonna put a bomb in a box and I'm gonna bury it in my closet. I was like, it's like, okay, walk me through this, Chris. He goes, I'm gonna know there's a bomb in that box, but if I ever get to that point that I forget there's a bomb in there, it's time for me to go. It's like, well, I guess you're not wrong.
Hopefully he doesn't live in an apartment.
Oh, God. No kidding.
I was like, well, I mean, can't argue with that logic, I guess.
Somebody put a bomb at my school. There was a bomb that went off at my school. Somebody made a homemade bomb and they put it in a urinal.
Oh.
And it wasn't that powerful. All it did was blow up the urinal and a little bit of the wall. But I can say that my school was officially bombed.
I'm just imagining this like bomb happening and as a dude having to see those urinals and the urinal cakes with like the pubic hair and everything else that gets like dumped. I just see that like exploding on the wall. It's like,
and the smell.
Yeah,
I want to say, ew, a man's restroom. That's so disgusting. But I think about my work restroom and
please don't go into it. Please don't go into it.
That was all I was going to say. But I can't understand the physical mechanics of how some of these messes even happen physically. I don't even know how it's physically possible.
Yeah, we have one of those at work too. I like every time I go into the gym bathroom, I'm like, one of you either needs a religious intervention or you need medical assistance that I cannot help you with. Like, please.
It's like every day too. And then, back in the day, it's been a minute. I think I found the culprit who doesn't work there anymore. There were always footprints on the toilet seat. Like shoe prints. I was like, one day I came in because I worked at 5 a.m. and nobody's there at 5 a.m. And I was like, somebody's stashing something up in the ceiling tiles. So I stood on the toilet seat, pushed up the ceiling tiles to see if I could find drugs or something cool. Nothing. Nada. I don't know what the heck they were doing.
see that's not where my mind went. My first thought, and I don't know if Amber, you ever had to deal with this when you went through boot camp, but one of the things they told us was we weren't allowed to do this thing called gargoyling. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And apparently, and I don't know if the girls did it, but the guys did. They would either get on top of the lockers or they would get on top of the beds. They would squat and they would like grab the inside of their legs. They'd be like butt naked and they would just like sit there and stare. So my first thought when you talk about the footprints on the toilet is somebody's just like gargoyling it, just like.
They would stare. There wasn't somebody on the other end with them. They were just staring.
Yeah, it was just a pure shock and awe factor of like you would walk in and see this naked person just sitting there gargoyling. Like, what the fuck are you
Imagine how many people they influenced by just telling them that was a thing. They're like, oh shit, that's a good idea.
So many.
That's so funny because my husband's told me about all kinds of manner of things that happened in the barracks during basic training. We never experienced nothing like he was telling me. I was like, what the heck? We weren't weird. We just
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
had so
God.
many weird. We had a dude, I swear he was like possessed. They were doing fire watch at like 4 in the morning, and this kid is like dead asleep, and he just sits up. And he's like, "They're coming," and then just lays back down. And then I guess like not even a minute later, you hear banging on the door because they want to be let in. I'm like, what the? What
Well,
is this?
at least that's all he was doing on Firewatch. I have this buddy. I haven't talked to him in forever, so I don't know if I can really call him a buddy, but he would still call me a buddy to this day. We just, life gets in the way. But anyway, he told me that when they would go on Firewatch together, two guys, they'd put their backs together and they'd not pay attention to what the other person was doing on the other end.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I heard about.
That's what I heard about.
Well, I guess the other weird thing that we had that I still will never forget to this day, it's about 3 in the morning, and I get up and I'm like, I gotta pee. So I walk in and I look over, and the way our latrines were set up was you walk in, there's the row of sinks like in an L shape, there's 4 urinals, there's all the stalls, but then you have this little, I guess, like drying room before the shower. And you look over in this little drying room, and there's 8 dudes, all naked, all going to town on themselves in a big old circle jerk. And I'm
On
like,
them.
They're called horse races.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck are
Okay.
y'all doing? And they're like, we're just relieving stress, man. Do you want to join us? Oh, fuck no. Go to bed. What are you doing?
Here is what I took away from that story. You counted 8, dude.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, 1, 2, 3.
One.
Why are there so many of you in here? Why are you all doing this together?
He said
What?
1, ha ha ha, 2.
If-
like count from Sesame Street.
Oh, I can't do the count, but I can do a great Elmo. And if I could have
Yeah, do
like
the
thought
Elmo.
about it in the moment, I definitely would have been.
Elmo doesn't like it when you touch yourself. It's really weird that you're doing this. Jesus is watching you. Put it back. Put it back.
But I didn't think about that at the time, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have.
But it seems you thought a lot about it since it happened.
It's one of those memories. It's like it's such a shock
been there.
factor. It's like you can't ever forget that. Like I'm
No.
forever gonna remember those 8 dudes jerking it in the bathroom.
My husband said that happened all the time, and they called them horse races.
Horse races. Okay.
Yeah, he was like, "Have you ever heard of horse races?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know what a horse race is."
Nope.
Like, no, not that kind.
Yeah, no, no.
And then he didn't elaborate any further.
Yeah.
I
What?
never participated in one.
It's so freaking weird the stuff that the guys do, and the women just we just fight.
That's not what I heard from you. Not you personally. That's not what I heard from
Oh,
you.
that was more in one unit that I was in, but not like in basic training. In basic training, it was more just fighting with the women than anything else. Now, once I got over into PTRP, because I got in the broke platoon, so then the women started, going to town. But that wasn't until I got over there. So,
okay. Yeah, no, I will say the only time
in a long time.
The only time I ever heard the girl, I don't know what they did, but our sister platoon screwed up so bad they made them pack all of their bags. They've got like the massive green duffel bags all on their back, and we're on the 3rd story of the old barracks, and they're like, everybody get down, everybody go back up. They did this for like an hour. I was like, what did y'all do? You pissed them off royally.
we did that because we didn't have our boots shined.
What?
And instead of doing like the backpack, what they would do is they'd be like, okay, go get your summer BDUs on, and 1 winter glove, and 1 whatever, take your pick. And so you'd have to go find whatever they wanted and then get down as fast as you could.
Tragically, I am busy later this month when my cousin's graduating from basic, but I sent him some pictures. He got in trouble.
Mhm.
And you know what? Today's Saturday, so he intentionally ignored me. Did you know that on Saturdays they get their phones for 1 hour in basic training?
That's horseshit. I got my phone a total of 3 times. I got it once in the beginning, once in the middle, and then, like, at the very last day, we
When
got
did
our
you go
phones.
into basic?
June of 2014.
Okay.
What?
I went in
No.
99. So
What branch were you in? Well, yeah, you barely had phones. They had the big antenna sticking up. But
I was Air Force.
you were Air Force. Oh, the chair. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it is. 100% it is.
I don't know if I should say I dated somebody when he was in the Marines. We're buddies now, but anyway, he got his phone one time, and it was at the very end, and he called me, and even my other buddy who was in the Marines, who's dead now. Sorry, I'm just playing that for the callback. Anyway, but yeah, he called me on one of like the last weeks he was there. I was like, am I the first person you called? He's like, fuck no. You were like the last person I called. I had like 10 minutes left. Love you too, Timmy.
Right?
Yeah, though. But no, they barely got their phones. And now every single weekend, I'm going to be making fun of Phoenix for the rest of his life.
Mhm.
Oh, you barely went through basic. You could look at memes on the weekends.
Right?
Titties on the weekends. I wanted to send him one of the cards that I picked up in Las Vegas. But I was like, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So I sent him some memes via picture because I didn't think he could have his phone.
Mhm.
And apparently he got in trouble for those.
Oh, yeah.
I asked him how much trouble.
Oh, yeah. We used to have people like their moms or whoever would send them like cookies and snacks and stuff like that, which is a huge sound. Oh my God, will you get roasted? I got a death glare for like 5 minutes because my old boss was a Marine and he sent back, he's like, hope you're enjoying Air Force vacation. Semper Fi. Jeff, you're gonna get me freaking murdered.
yeah, the drill sergeants used to open up the packages of cookies and start eating them.
My Marine buddies, I used to seal every single letter with a kiss. I didn't care if I was dating them or not. I would take lipstick, different color every time too, and just kiss it. I didn't do that to my cousin because I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
But I sent him some memes, one of which I won't say to my uncle, but it was my uncle that he's not related to. It was him with 2 balloons underneath his shirt. So it's like, I couldn't send you this thing that I got from Vegas, but I can send you my uncle.
Right?
But it turned out the whole time he could have looked on Saturdays anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I gotta go to one thing real quick. I will be right back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, no worries. You're good.
Okay, so
Loser. No, I'm just kidding.
Jojo Faux Show. My dad is a Marine, grandfather Army. Yeah, my dad was Army. My stepdad was Army. My grandfather on my dad's side was Army. 2 of my uncles were Marines. And then I got a bunch of cousins that were in the Army, and then Nathan was in the Air Force. He became a drill sergeant in the Air Force.
Air Force. No, I'm just playing. My parents met in the Army, and my boyfriend was in the Army. My 2 best friends were Marines, and I have one of them tattooed, but I'm not going to show you the tattoo. Anyway, but yeah, it's always Army or Marines for me. So.
Yeah, the Army's pretty much been standard in my whole life, growing up in Fort Sill.
Oh, yeah.
And then
And my cousin that I was talking about, he's at Fort Sill right now. So I feel like even though you're not biologically related, and I'm not even biologically related, I feel like it's just, it's all come to fruition. And you get to go see him.
Yeah.
I have a job, so. Son-in-law was in the Air Force. Can you imagine we drafted young people? Still scary. Yep.
Yeah.
I would say that I pray that a draft isn't on the horizon. So that's what I pray.
Yeah, that would be an interesting draft.
We keep talking about whether or not they should force women to sign up for the draft or not.
Yeah, I mean, women want to be treated as equals, right?
Yeah.
So
I want to be equal in certain ways and not have to sign up for the draft. That's all I have to say.
So you want to be equal until it comes to giving your life.
I want to be able to have a lot of the same rights that men have.
A lot of the same rights.
Men cannot be forcibly impregnated and then forced to give birth. So
Yeah, I get that, but
could you
we're
imagine
just talking about
r/mpreg? That's men that are impregnated. It's a joke. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, you
She
went
doesn't
over my head.
Shh. I'm sure Tony will get it. Gets it. It sucks that when Tony leaves, I have to pee so bad.
Go ahead.
Okay, you got this.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go to the restroom as soon as you get back.
Okay, well, I have to also grab something real quick. So
Okay.
I'm gonna grab something and I'm gonna pee, and you get to grab oats. Misdemeanor says, did I miss the story? And I need to replay crew. Yeah, you need to replay.
No, actually, you didn't miss much.
You retell the story while I piss.
I don't know what story we're retelling, but no, misdemeanor. Our guest, Stephanie, is held up at a family function. So we're waiting around to see if she comes and is able to do the show. If she's not, then we will catch her next week, hopefully. And Tony went to go do something. So basically, we've just been sitting here BSing and just chatting and having a good time. So you haven't missed anything. Well, JoJo for show. I was only in a year. I fell and broke my back in basic training, and I was in almost my 7th week of basic training. And so that's why I choose not to talk about military things for the most part on here. That's why I choose to do other things than veterans topics and stuff like that. So I'm the one anomaly at MBR. And that's the reason, because I just don't feel comfortable talking about stuff like that since I only served a year and I didn't finish basic training. I did give my all, though, and I tried my hardest. But unfortunately, that wasn't in the plan. So, yes, I did break my back in 3 places. I fell 15 feet from a cargo net, broke my back in 3 places, and messed up my neck really bad. And so I have like herniating discs that herniate in towards the spine. So that's what gives me the migraines and stuff like that. And that's why I was in bed for 6.5 years with migraines. And that's why I got funky little indents here, because I get Botox to keep it from coming back. So I get 33 shots of Botox every 18 weeks in my head, my forehead, my head, my neck, my shoulders, and my back. So yeah, that's the life of a broke soldier. You're welcome. So, you're so brave to even be climbing. My legs shake so much of 2 feet off the ground. Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel now. I mean, I have severe PTSD. I mean, not to the point, the men and women who have been in combat, of course. But I have PTSD to the point where I have a hard time driving, and I can't go to stadium seating events, so like concerts and football games and stuff like that. I try to avoid unless I can get as low as I possibly can. So yeah, it's been interesting. And yes, I am a pincushion. I'm always going to the doctor, getting all kinds of different things done. So I just had a CT scan with contrast yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Contrast?
With contrast.
Oh, yeah. That stuff you had to drink.
Yeah, I had to drink 2 things of barium, and then they did the contrast in my arm, which makes you feel like you got to pee or that you already peed your pants.
Oh, that's like fun. Oh, yeah. The scan when you go through the donut. I remember they were telling me you have to pee if you go through the donut. I always have to pee. So,
well, thank you for his service, misdemeanor.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't have anxieties until the migraines kicked in. I mean, I had a fear of heights and stuff like
They
that.
said driving, and I'm kind of the cause for that.
You're the catalyst for making it worse. Let's just say that, because I was having trouble driving even before you were born.
Do you have to pee and I'll
Yes.
tell the class?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Gotta get warmed up for it. Gotta get warmed up.
I just spit when I said that. Anyway, I'm just being dumb. Anyway, so the year is 2021 probably. And we were coming back from my grandparents' house, and they live off like a highway, but like a real small highway, not like a crazy highway or anything like that, just rural highway. So anyway, it's barely raining, and I'm driving, and then I hit like an oil slick or something, and then I spin out like 3 different times over the median and into the opposite side of the highway. But we were going the right direction, and we were only like we were less than 5 miles away from my grandparents' house. So we're like, okay, I'm going back to my grandparents' house. So I drove back, and my mom was like, my little brother and I were in the front seat. So she like from the back seat, she's like, oh my God, I'm watching my 2 children die. So ever since then, she's been a little fidgety behind the wheel.
Mom hates my driving, and only because, and I'll admit, it was probably one of those, like, I probably got a little cocky. I was about 16 or 17, and we were turning to go into either Qdoba or the eyeglass doctor, one of the two.
Not Qdoba.
I love Qdoba.
I've never been there.
Qdoba and my eyeglass doctor in the same plaza. By the way, sorry.
Oh, they are. I can give you the exact address. I know exactly where it's at.
Give me the address. No, I'm just letting you good.
So I decided to make a left turn. Well, there's a car that's like speeding through. And I was like, no, I can make it. I got it. I can go zoom, zoom. I got it. And I make it. Like it wasn't a close call, but Mom's like, oh my God. Like, don't do it again. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair. But then my story I had similar to that. Luckily, Mom was not there, but she ended up being vicariously there. My now ex-wife and I, we would meet in Pittsburgh because that was the perfect halfway point between Indianapolis and DC where I was stationed at. So we would meet in Pittsburgh just about every weekend or so. Well, this one particular weekend I was driving back. It was raining really bad, and I had really, really poor tires on my car. And I'm going about 70, and then all of a sudden I just start like moving and weaving with no control. I spin out and I crash into a guardrail going about 70 miles an hour or so. Hard enough, I bent the steel girders and broke them from the concrete.
Ooh, girl.
And so, hey, you know how many times when I would travel for work, they'd be like, good morning, ladies. And here I am standing, 6'3" and bearded, like, good morning, ladies. Ah, yes, I appreciate that. I feel very beautiful today. But I crash and my front end is destroyed. Well, I'm facing the opposite way as traffic is coming in, and they're beeping their horns at me to get out of the way. I'm like, my front end's destroyed. I don't know what you want me to do. So of course, I'm sitting here, this is happening, and I call my mom and I'm like, hey, I got in a pretty bad car crash. I'm okay, but the car is definitely screwed up. It's like, should I call 911 or should I call like the non-emergency? She's like, no, you dumbass, call 911. You were in a car accident.
And of course, an emergency. I'm not dead.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not dying. I'm not bleeding. Like, I'm fine. My car is just screwed up. Like, I don't need EMS out here. And of course, right as the minute I'm saying that, there's a car coming like straight at me and they're not moving. And I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Mom's like, that's not what you say to your mom. You just told her you're in a car crash.
Oh shit, oh shit.
So yeah.
Did the car hit you?
No. Luckily they went around. And then I was really fortunate. There's a semi truck driver. I don't think he was able to witness it, but he was able to see me about a mile down the road as he was coming up and noticed. And luckily he parked the semi in a way that people were forced to go around him or they were going to hit his truck. And I was like, whoo, you're a lifesaver. You are a lifesaver. I appreciate that. Cause I was like, I don't know what the hell to do in this situation.
Yeah. Like a week ago, I was heading towards St. Louis area and I saw like at least 2 or 3 cars that were like on the side of the road in the median right next to it, because it's a little different than Florida. There's something in between the 2 medians, or the median that splits the 2 sides. Oh my goodness, these poor people. I was like, damn, it sucks to be you. I've been there.
No, and so the PTSD comes out with me driving, and I have all of these, visions. I guess they're called intrusive thoughts,
I've had those
crashing
before.
into a school and, killing all the kids in the school, or crashing off of a cliff, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to work on it. So this week, twice this week,
Yes,
I have driven to and from my doctor's appointment, which is 45 minutes away, by myself.
Ooh,
you did
okay.
a great job. I'm so very proud of you, because that could be a little stressful as somebody who has driven that many a time. Not as many a time now. As
Well,
it did back in
and
the
it's
day.
not Florida or Oklahoma where everything's a straight shot.
Yeah.
So you've got all the hills and everything. I mean, I was just thinking today when I went to go get my drink that, there's one hill that not that kind of drink.
I'm just
Anyways, my
No judgment. No judgment.
my
We
Dutch
listen and we
bros,
don't judge.
I still got
My
some boba
Sprite.
in there. But
The last time every time I've had Dutch Bros, it was ass on a stick. So here's my Sprite.
so you can go down this one hill because I didn't realize it, but we live basically at the top of a hill. And going down to get Dutch Bros. Yeah.
We live at the bottom of a hill.
No, we live at the top of a hill.
Well, here's our house, and then you have to go up the hill. And when it's snowing, I slide down,
Well,
down.
Okay, so technically our house is at the bottom of a hill, but our house is also situated on a hill in our town.
So you're on the slope of the hill is what I'm hearing. You're on the slope. Okay, so you're on the
All
upper
the
part of the
bottom.
slope.
And so when you go to get Dutch Bros or 7 Brew, you go down this hill and literally you have to ride the brake the whole time because you will literally go 60 miles an hour just coasting down that hill. So that's
I do remember though moving to Missouri and having to get used to when you're going down a hill, you have to hit the brakes and you don't just like have to speed up the whole time. Yeah, that was fun to learn. Good learning curve. Florida is very flat like I was when I was in Florida. Okay, you gotta go for new places.
Thank you, JoJo.
She did a great dang job. I'm proud of you because that little drive is annoying even to me.
It is. And Brandy Kay had a Lincoln Town car in the Kentucky Hills. I can imagine that would have been, especially if it was like a 70s or 80s Lincoln Town car.
Big,
it would be like a boat.
They say a big, massive boat. Oh, yeah, no, thank you.
My mom and stepdad had matching Lincoln Town cars.
Really?
From the 70s. And they were white and they had red interior. And I was so embarrassed.
Sounds romantic. What do you
mean? Oh my God.
That kind of sounds like the embodiment of the 70s right there. Like really nice, clean exterior, big, funky red interior. Like, yep, that's the 70s.
Oh my God. If you want to talk about funky red interior and bad driving. Okay. I had this buddy, same buddy I was talking about earlier. What did I say? I said some kind of, it was the guys back to back in the military. I should reach out to this buddy. I'm gonna just say Abdul, I love you. I miss you. Okay. Anyway, so Abdul, the first car he ever bought when we were in high school, it was like I don't even remember what it was, but it was a red interior and it was like horrible. But I mean, it was like nice, I guess, but it was horrible. Anyway, so we got in the car. I remember one time he had a crush on my friend, and it was me and my friend that were hanging out with him. And then he was going to hang out with this guy that I had a crush on. And so he's like, okay, we're going to go and we're going to watch the sunset. It's like, okay, bet, let's go. I get this just from hanging out with you guys, but whatever, let's go. What's up? So anyway, we start going down their side street And as we're going to the side street, he sees his friend. He's like, oh my God, that's my friend. So he gets into the other lane and he starts going like 70 miles an hour in like a 25-mile-an-hour zone. And he starts going, he goes around him, and he's only been driving for like less than a month.
No, thank you.
He drives around them, and me and my friend were freaking the heck out. We're like, what are you doing, dude? So anyway, scared us so bad. What are you doing, girl?
I'm creating.
She's getting a picture of Tony. Oh, look at him and his untamed beard.
I'm creating a new thumbnail since Stephanie didn't. Right.
She's busy, okay. Anyway, she's creating a new thumbnail. But as she does that, we freaked out and we started crying because he scared us so bad. And he's like, well, since you guys are so scared, I'm just going to drop you off at home. And I never got to hang out with the guy that I had a crush on. Not one time.
So I've ridden with a lot of bad drivers. There's only been one. I was like, yeah, never again. I'll never ride with you ever again. So we only worked together a short time, and we had to go up to Purdue University, which is about a little over an hour from here, where we live and where we work at. And not only does he get, so for context, Chris is about 5'2" on a good day. Like he's, and for other context, I am 6'3". So he decides he ended up getting for a rental car. Exactly. He got, I think it might have been a Nissan Rogue. It was a fairly smaller SUV. So Chris is in the front seat. I'm in the back right seat. There's a guy that is probably about 6 foot, maybe 6'1", and about 240 pounds in the front seat ahead of me, because I was like, you can drive shotgun. No, thank you. Then there's another guy. He's also probably about 6 foot, 6'1". He's about 215 on the other side. And then we have Maddie in the poor middle. Maddie is probably about 5'8", and I don't even want to guess Maddie's weight, but she wasn't really a big girl. But we're all three squished in this back seat. Robbie's up front, and then little itty bitty Chris is just driving away in the front seat. We're on this, like, coming up to a full dead on bumper to bumper stop. And this little dude is just zooming at 70 still. And he's waiting till like the last second to finally put his brakes on. And it's just like, we're going to die. I'm going to die in a small car. Thanks, this dude. I'm going to die in a small fucking car because of this guy. So the drive there, and then he has to drive back. And the guy sitting in front of me, Robbie's like, do you want to ride shotgun? Nope, that's all you, big man. You wanted it there. You can take it on the way back too. No, thank you. So we drive back. We all jump out of the car. And one of the guys was giving him crap, like, man, Chris, I heard you rented like a really small car. He goes, well, I wanted smaller. You know, I'm in the driver's seat. It doesn't affect me. I was like, okay. I was like, if I ever go on a trip with you, I'm driving and I'm asking for a booster seat, and I'm going to make you fucking sit in it on the entire drive every time because it doesn't affect me.
No, that stuff is scary when somebody's driving and you don't trust them, or something is just off, you know. And every time you get in a car with somebody, that's a choice that you make, you know.
I thank God every day that I don't have friends, so at least not friends local to me. So, like, at least not friends that I'm driving with. So I have like one person I drive with sometimes, and he's a good driver. He's been driving for like longer than I've been alive. So it's all good.
Yeah. Most people, they would typically have me drive, but it was funny. They were like, you don't show any road rage whenever you drive, but we can always know you're mad because we'll hear we'll hear the engine speed up as you speed around people. I'm like, yeah, I try to keep that for just me. I'll let all the road rage and craziness out when it's just me in the car. I'm not doing it with you guys.
I thought that gingers got angry.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we do. Living and driving in DC for 4 years. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have come up with some very creative insults. I have I've had people back up and get ready to get out of the car and fight me. And
ooh, that's tough. I have been to DC 2 times. Both were for 4-hour layovers, which are a long time for a layover, but not long enough to go explore DC.
Yep.
And I can only imagine. But that's a nice airport. They have it's like a Mediterranean Chipotle.
Oh, Kava.
Yes, and I
Mhm.
love Mediterranean food. I
Mhm.
love it. I dated a Greek guy for like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I love Mediterranean food.
Mm.
Not Mediterranean men, though.
Hey, now we're not going to judge one person on the entire
Okay, so
region.
Brandy said that her dream job was driving an 18-wheeler. I cannot imagine. But
Ooh, are you a serial killer?
But she finished out at a wrecker service in Austin. So wow.
Come on, Ted.
Dang,
Ted,
girl.
Ted Bundy drove a Volkswagen Beetle, so I mean, we have total opposite ends of the spectrum here. Anybody could do it in any size car.
She has seen the Ted Bundy Volkswagen
I
Beetle
have.
with her own eyes.
I have. And then
And have you sent? Do you need me to mail those?
we'll talk about it later. Okay. Anyways, so ironically, you're in like rare form today. I don't know what's going on with you. Anyway,
I don't know. Tony makes me feel like a little silly girl. No, I'm just where's Joy? I'm taking over Joy's spot. Hey Tony, how's it going?
It's too many gingers altogether. That's what
I
it
know.
is.
3 in 1. Well, and if Stephanie would have been here, it would have all been a whole panel full of gingers.
Ooh, there'd be 4 of
Ooh,
us.
scary. Hey Tony.
Well,
Hey. Oh, hey, girl, hey.
Tony has been called a serial.
I
Well,
do.
he looks like a serial killer.
Oh no, I get called. I've been told I look like Jeffrey Dahmer, especially if I'm clean shaven and wear my glasses. I have the Jeff Dahmer look. It also
I
doesn't.
didn't know that.
It also doesn't help that I do a fairly good Jeff Dahmer accent. I think, like as far as just the Midwestern Wisconsin accent. Yeah, I'll send you guys the picture, and you tell me if I look like Jeff Dahmer. Or not.
I have to determine.
But no, everybody at work, because I'm so OCD and meticulous, they're like, what the hell is this? Plus, I'm a very quiet introvert naturally. So they're like, here's this really tall dude, moves super quiet. Nobody knows what you do or why. You just appear. And then all of a sudden you're like super meticulous. They're like, you have to be a serial killer. It's like, well, I can neither affirm nor deny that. But
Are
to
you
go
underage men? No.
no, I wouldn't do
Oh my
that.
God. Oh, Laura.
No. Look, just because you invite him over for a couple brewskis and take some pictures and whatnot, and all of a sudden it's the gay stuff. Like, no, I don't do that. But no, funny enough, I got some weird looks because the same friend group that always jokes I'm a serial killer, I had found it's an event, it's a group of traveling actors, and they do what's called a serial killer speakeasy. And
oh no, you're just having this fucking conversation.
Would you quit using the F word?
it's
Would rather me use the C word? It's my favorite word.
that's my favorite word. That's my word I want to use when I really want to get like the message just driven across to somebody, because I feel like the B word is too overused. It can be too friendly. It can be too nice. Like, no, you use the C word. It's like, no, I need that extra bit of emphasis of like, absolutely not.
I love that word.
But no, this serial killer speakeasy, I even told my therapist about this. It's like, she's like, so do you have any fun plans? I was like, yeah, I'm going to serial killer speakeasy. You're doing a what? Like, it's not for other serial killers, I promise. Plausible deniability, it's not for other serial killers.
Okay.
But
so
it was really good. I would
you
definitely
went to
recommend
it, or you performed in it?
No, we went to it. I would have performed to it. I feel like I could have done a really good Jeff Dahmer, but the guy that did it was also very solid. Like, I won't take anything away from him.
She, in her hometown, that she's also coincidentally going to for her nephew-in-law,
My
marriage,
nephews.
her nephew's graduation from basic training that we were just talking about like 20 minutes ago. Anyway, so
Go ahead.
my bad.
Go ahead.
My bad. Anyway, I'm just being a goofball. Leave me alone. Okay, so anyway, but he is graduating from her hometown. So, because she lived in a military town.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they're having a serial killer speakeasy, and our friend just sent us like a debriefing about it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I feel like it'd be an interesting thing to go to. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you go to something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do. kind of question the people that put that on though, because I mean, do you remember like a couple years ago they did the Jeffrey Dahmer monster thing, and a bunch of family members kind of had a problem with it.
Yeah, then the Ed Gein one they did recently.
Mhm.
So
That
yes,
was kind
Brandy,
of a
it is
joke.
Brandy, it is the mixology one. I will say,
Hmm.
so they do really good because the first thing they say when they introduce the program, they say, you know, all of the actors are also going to be your bartenders, that there's 4 drinks
Really?
there's 4 drinks that tie in with the story of the killer. So like Ed Gein was the first one. It was like apple brandy. It was a dehydrated apple to represent, you know, the leather skin. It was like apple cider and I think Sprite. It was delicious. Like it was awesome. But they had one for Gein, they had one for Dahmer, they had one for Bundy, and they had one for Gacy. And they actually preface it by saying we're in no way, shape, or form wanting to idolize who these people were and what they did, but they treat it similarly to kind of like a theater performance and a podcast of they talk about what the people did, they talk about all through the stories, the dates, how many people they killed, how they did it, all this different stuff. So it is educational. They're not like glorifying them, and they try not to. But it was cool because they had 2 people. They had an Ed Gein actor who he did a combination of like the Ed Gein Netflix series as far as how he did the voice. He also did like the quote unquote inner monologue with his mother that was, you know, talking to him through all of this. And then they had a Jeff Dahmer actor. But then the other 2, one guy claimed he was the cop that arrested Gacy as he was telling his story, and then the last one was she was pretending to be the bartender that would serve Ted Bundy and listen to all of his stories about the stuff that he did to like all of these women and whatnot.
Mhm.
So it was really cool and really interesting, and they do travel like all across the country. This one just happened to be in Indianapolis towards, I think it was the end of May. And I think they're coming back like this month, I think, a little bit farther north of here, but they travel like all over. And I thought it was really cool. It was really good. It was interesting. So I liked it personally. But again,
Mhm.
I'm also supposedly a serial killer. So
Well,
No.
it's my
we had
peers.
We
when
did. I have to pee again, but you
when
tell the story.
when we were at Crime Con, the one of the victims of the Idaho 4
Oh,
killing.
that's different than what I thought you were going to tell. But yes, continue. Yeah, the Goncalves family.
Yeah, Kaylee Goncalves is
Gonsalves, maybe.
however you say her name.
Mhm.
Her parents were on a panel and they were talking about basically this glorifying serial killers, speakeasies, different things like that. And we had just gone to the haunted museum there in Las Vegas, the
Oh,
Zach
yeah.
Bagans or
Mhm.
Bagans or whatever, however you say his name.
Yeah.
And so I looked at it through different eyes as they were talking about it. And one thing I'll say, you know, as far as Zach Bagans' museum goes, it was very theatrical,
Mhm.
but I'm glad that somebody has a collection of these things preserved.
Mhm.
And that's where I have like, you know, like the double,
Like devil's advocate side of it.
yeah, because it's like, as a history nerd and somebody who knows that once you destroy something that's gone and it can't be used to educate people and things like that. But then you've also got collectors of things who collect things because it's weird and creepy and gross.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of my thing is like it and you could make this argument for anything that's considered, you know, bad or like an atrocity. You know, you could say it for like, and it might even be considered, you know, an apples to oranges contrast, but like you look at Auschwitz and all of the buildings there, like, you know, some people
Mhm.
might even make the argument, you know, you need to tear those down because of the awful history and whatnot that's behind them. You know, you could, and I know it's kind of a hot button topic, so I don't want to elaborate into it too much, but like the Confederate statues that are up and around, that it's kind of like they're glorifying the individuals that put those up and who they, you know, pay quote unquote homage to. It's one of those, I get not wanting to highlight or openly show the dark history of things. But like you said, being a history nerd, it is something that if you don't have it, it's easy then to get overlooked, and it's easy then for people to get, because it's an out of sight, out of mind thing. And as much as I do get, it can make people uncomfortable. It can make people upset, especially if you have anybody that was directly affected by any of that. Absolutely, it would make you upset. But again, it's a reminder to what humans are capable of in a negative aspect that shouldn't necessarily be, again, not quote unquote forgotten, but pushed aside, because again, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and then you don't have to worry about it as much.
It sure is. And then people don't know anything about it in the next generations. I mean, this is a very, I don't know if this actually qualifies as an example or not, but just the fact that like nowadays, so my nieces and nephews, they don't know how to read or write in cursive, like at all.
Yep.
So, like my nephew, he's in basic training, and my mother-in-law is like, now make sure you don't write them in cursive.
Gotta print it.
It's like, oh my gosh, I mean, that's sad,
I learned in first grade.
Actually, you learned in kindergarten.
First grade, Mrs. Rice.
Well, you started learning in kindergarten.
Nope, first grade.
Okay.
We found out that we'd be learning in first grade, and kindergarten. I was really excited for first grade because Mrs. Rice was going to teach us. Also, I don't know if you guys brought this up, but I heard you talking a little bit about Crime Con and the Goncalves family. But so I was actually thinking about you when we went in this room, because one of the last times we had a full conversation, it was when we were talking about Ed Gein. And you said something about Zach Bagans. Did you say exactly what we saw? Okay. No. So when we were in the Zach Bagans Museum, they had an Ed Gein room.
Okay.
But not all of it was necessarily Ed Gein memorabilia. The only thing that I know that was definitively, officially 100% from Ed Gein was a original photograph of him when he was in a nursing home. In the Cauldron, which is where he had a lot of his victims, unfortunately. I totally forgot about that. But something else that was in there that they gave almost no thought to was there was a sliver of human, it was
a large chunk
of human skin that was dried out, and it had a nipple, and it was probably about from the nipple to here, and it was the man. And they just glossed over it. They're like, well, it's in the Ed Gein room. And I don't even think it was necessarily one of Ed Gein's victims or somebody he dug up.
I don't think it was either. So where did that come from?
So I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Because I know that unfortunately during the Holocaust, they did a lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think her name is Ela Koch was her name.
Yeah.
That's who he kind of first got that derivative from, because and that's one of the few parts where the show actually does have some historical accuracy as far as the comics and propaganda and whatnot that they would have of her, and what little bit of books they did have on her is what he read and highlighted on was all of the things, because she apparently had a fascination with tattooing and wanting to keep those tattoos and whatnot, which is where a lot of that first started to come into play. And that's what he unfortunately was exposed to as he was looking at it.
Yeah, it's a sick world out there. And unfortunately, you don't want those items to just be destroyed, because they can be used as teaching items. And devices.
I don't have an issue with them being in a museum somewhere. I just thought that the way that he exposed us to these things was there's a little bit of sensationalism,
It was.
And I'm not saying he's the worst person in the world for it or anything like that. But they didn't tell us. It was just in the Ed Gein room, and there was a nipple and a whole torso, almost a half a torso of a man. And it's who did that come from? Was that Ed Gein's victim? Was it somebody he dug up? Was it just some random person? I don't know.
I still can't believe they picked Charlie Hunnam to play Ed Gein.
Yeah, because it's one of those. I always see him as Jax Teller, and now it's
I
like I
know.
see you as
That's who?
Jax Teller
Teller
from
from
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. She didn't really watch. She didn't
Oh,
watch
I
that.
didn't watch that. I was like
Yeah.
a child when you guys watched it, or
Yeah.
like a teenager.
Oh,
Yeah.
great show. Like that's how I always picture Charlie Hunnam as like this just badass biker that's also a playboy and just he's a honey badger. He just doesn't care.
I remember everyone thought that he was too hot to play Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even in the show, when you
I
look
gotta
at
look
him,
it
I'm
up.
like
Sons
Ed
of
Gein's
Anarchy.
pretty buff. Like
It's
I
not
don't
the
think
blonde one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh shit, that's him.
Yeah.
yep, that's the one.
Ooh.
I know. I'm like, yeah, I'm not the. I don't think Ed Gein is rocking a six pack over here as he's no.
With a superb British accent.
Yes.
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, nope. I've never actually even looked at a picture of Charlie Hunnam because I was like, oh, everyone says he's too hot to be Ed Gein, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Even as a straight guy, I'm like, you are way too attractive of a man to be playing this role, buddy. You
No,
got a ton of other white guys you can pick.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh yeah, no, one of those things. It's crazy though. No, it was an odd thing, but I don't regret going. I'm so glad that we went to that museum and you got to go to we've brought it up on the podcast a couple of times, but never when he was on here, never when Tony was on here, but the Ted Bundy. Where was that called?
Yeah,
East
so
Alcatraz?
East Alcatraz. I saw the Bundy car, the OJ car, and the Bonnie and Clyde car.
Oh, okay.
So the Bonnie and Clyde car was more of something that I actually wanted to see because I guess related to Bonnie
very closely, I think.
Well, I mean,
I think it's only about like two generations.
Two generations. Yeah, it's only
Like,
two
pretty
generations.
close.
But yeah.
So I see that you have not sent that stuff off yet.
I haven't.
We're just going to say, I'm not criticizing you by saying that, but we're just going to say this because Tony hasn't heard this because he's all new to this. So, you know that we got into that Gypsy Rose content.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Good luck.
so
She was not happy about it.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it, but that's okay. So anyway, we got all of her emails and some of her like just different things that had to do with what she was doing when she was in prison. And so anyway, we have all of that literally in physical form if you want to pick it up. I don't know if you
I don't want to pick it up,
right but now. It's a lot. It's like this much, like a huge stack of books that we have. So I had an idea and she reached out because I'm a pussy anyway. So she reached out and
she can't just reach out to people and ask them questions.
I don't have a military broadcast radio email. I don't seem very official. It's a Laura.
Just don't even.
Anyway, it's a very unprofessional email. So anyway, the point is that she's going to end up sending some of these actual documentations to East Alcatraz, which is where they have Ted Bundy's car, Bonnie and Clyde's car, all that stuff. And they were interested in having this as an exhibit. So I'll have to go send it off. I sent off some of millennial stuff that we took forever to send off. I'm such a procrastinator too. So it's not at you. I'm such a procrastinator. So I get it. If you just
I have to walk down. I have to walk down to the dungeon to actually bring it back upstairs.
She says the basement. So if you just give me the address, or I'll Google the address. I'll just send it over. And if you gave them an email, you just email them, let them know what they're getting, and I'll send it over to them. I have no issue going to the post office.
Yeah, I have
like
to
$80 because it was like it was a good chunk of change to just send Millie her stuff.
Yeah, so that's eventually what I'm gonna do. I'm slow, guys, sorry. So but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it, if they display it or whatever. But that's my thing, is history. And so I've always wanted that project I always wanted to place in a museum, definitely here in Missouri, which will eventually happen once I finish the project that I ultimately do. But yeah.
Brandy K says, do give mom a favor and get it up out of the home.
Yeah.
Which I will totally do. I have no issue with that.
So also
what is Tiger say?
Alora Laura interrupted me earlier, but what I was going to tell you, Tony, is ironically enough, the cold case that we are working on, the Athena Hogan case, the car that the man was driving who found Athena was basically a Ted Bundy car. It was the same color, make and model, and it was missing.
The bug?
Yeah, and it was missing the passenger seat and everything. So that was interesting, and that was the car that I played around in and played hide and go seek in, and because of my footprints being in there, I assume that that's the reason why he got arrested when he found Athena's body. So, and I remember before we started covering this case, like actually covering it and got the court documents and everything, I remember thinking in my mind, okay, Amber, is it really true that it was a tan VW Beetle? Because for the longest time I was like, I'm making that up in my head. It wasn't a tan VW Beetle. Then we get the court records and it was a tan VW Beetle. And I was like, oh crap.
Damn it.
That's crazy.
And the prosecutor actually asked him, he's like, or no, it was the defense attorney asked him, have you ever heard of Ted Bundy?
Because it does kind of make you wonder with like some of these, like how much of them are, again, I don't want to say necessarily copycat, but it's like, how much did you derive your quote unquote ideas from having this knowledge that's just openly available for anybody and everybody to see?
Yeah, and I don't know.
The crazy thing about true crime is like you just continuously collect knowledge of all these other people.
Well, and CrimeCon is set up to the fact that they know that criminals are actually coming in there to learn and all of that. So,
and I think last year they had
this year,
my bad. This last year, they had face scanners and
flock cameras. Yeah,
flock cameras and all. They had flock cameras in all of the rooms.
In the
but in the
main
rooms,
sessions.
in the rooms, they had face scanners. Did they not?
Oh, maybe
that's what they.
Okay,
that's what
face scanners. Yeah,
they had face scanners in all of the rooms in all of Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas to check and see.
I forgot about that. In all of the actual rooms.
What else did they see me doing?
Right?
I just was with my parents. I didn't do anything crazy.
Well, that's like one of those when I know this is kind of off topic, but I would say it's almost similar. Like that's where I always tell people, I'm like, you guys don't realize how much like the government, like Facebook, like all of these social media platforms really are listening and watching you with everything that you do. Cause that's how your algorithm gets built. Like when I was giving the COVID vaccine out in Detroit, we were a joint mission with FEMA and they're like, there's not a tracking chip in this, is there? It's like, no, there's not a tracking chip. Are you sure? I'm like, do you have a cell phone? Yeah. I'm like, cool, the government's tracking you. Well, they can't do that. I'm like, yes, they can. How? I'm like, it's called the National Security Act after 2001, the whole September 11th thing. They can track you for under the guise of national security, and there's not a thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, we signed our rights away that fateful day.
It definitely wasn't staged at all, Jet fuel totally melts steel beams.
Hey,
but
working in the Pentagon and having to like give tours of it, there's a lot of questions. I'm like,
hey, now
the math is not math. Just saying.
Weird math. I was a few weeks shy of being 1 year old when that happened. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that because of a video that exists with Al Roker via 9/11/2001, there was somebody in a peanut costume that definitely watched the Twin Towers fall. So that's who we really need to be asking questions to. Who was Mr. Peanut? 9/11/2001.
Joy, you missed Tony, and we're actually about to call it because our guest didn't show up, but Tony showed up.
Is Tony chopped liver?
He's not chopped liver, but we
She
didn't
said
like.
Tony is chopped liver, is what she
He's
said.
not chopped liver, but we didn't prepare any topics to talk about, so we've just been BSing the whole time.
I feel like we still had a pretty darn good show, and
I think we did too.
Joy was crazy for not being here for her man's.
I Joy. And it's okay. You know, sometimes I don't remember who the comedian was. Sometimes you eat a hamburger, sometimes you eat a French fry. If I got to be a French fry, that's okay. I can roll with it.
You're never a French
No,
fry.
Joy, it wasn't a
always
no-show. She got hung up at a family event.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. But I mean, you missed your big hunk of meat over here. This redhead that doesn't even know he was a redhead until he was in his 20s.
Hey, I think that's kind of how all of us read
for the 20s. I did not know I was a redhead growing up.
I think that's how all of us redheads are. We don't realize we're redheads because, you know, like when I look in the mirror, it looks brown. A lot of people tell me that my hair looks brown, but when I get out in the summer sun, it's red as can be.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I've never dyed it or anything. So
I used to think of myself as a blonde growing up, but then I found out it's a strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
And people love to fetishize redheads. So I found that out in my 20s.
I learned that as a teenager.
That's what I found out. So now I joke that I'm ginger spiced. Like
You're ginger spiced. So you're a lesbian. You're into scary spice.
I'm a gold star.
For
I'm a gold star lesbian thing.
Or a gold star.
Like if we're gonna be specific, I am a gold star lesbian. Thank you very much. But
noted.
I had that with exactly that too. I'm like, I can't even like if somebody tells me I can't argue it. Like, no, I'm not. I even had when the same Detroit trip, I finally was able to go get a haircut. And this guy, he's like, yeah, I was a sniper in the Marines. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. He goes, dude, you got auburn colored hair. Like people pay me to make their hair your color. I was like, what the fuck is auburn?
That's my color.
What if I told you that you actually have black hair and this entire time people have been gaslighting you and it's been a social experiment?
Well, my brother always used to make that joke. He's a dude. He goes, I just need to tell you something. He goes, I feel like we've let it go on too long at this point. You're not actually colorblind. We just taught you all of your colors incorrectly because we thought it would be funny. And I was like,
yes, absolutely.
I thought you were gonna say we just told you gingers have no soul.
Oh no, that was South Park. South Park is the one that taught me that.
So I'm genuinely curious. Like, can you just not see red and green, or do they look different? I mean, I guess you wouldn't even know because it's just the way that you've always seen it. Like
The way I kind of describe it, it's like colors. It's kind of like colors switch, or like colors kind of all become like one spectrum, basically. So like one example I give, even though it's not red and green, which is hilarious, but like if you put green, yellow, and orange all together, I can't differentiate which one is which.
Oh, really?
really?
Yeah, it's like super hard for me to figure out like what is what. And same with like gray and pink. Like if you put gray and pink, can't
Gray
tell.
and pink.
Interesting.
Same with
what
like
color is my shirt right now? Test.
I see it as white.
Oh, girl! I got like a pink. I got like a pink Von Dutch shirt on with bedazzled and everything. Come on, man!
I'm seeing it as white.
It's white.
Well, that's cool.
White.
It's same with like navy blue and purple. Like I had a shirt that I used to wear in school all the time. I was like, yeah, it's my purple shirt. My friend's like, that's blue, buddy. I'm like, it's purple to me. Damn it, it's my purple shirt. Leave me alone.
Dang, dude. So when you go out and you look at the beautiful trees, I don't know what Indiana. I don't know what Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Like. I don't know if there's beautiful trees. There's not really in Florida.
There is beautiful trees.
Are they beautiful purple trees?
No, I haven't seen any purple trees. Now there are some. They say they're like, oh yeah, it's like purple, and I'm like, that's red. It's like a really weird red color.
So you haven't seen like really good weed.
Well, to be fair, I guess I'm also a gold star pot smoker because I've never done that either. Because it was like mom was on the sheriff's department, so she had the nose of a bloodhound growing up, and then I joined the military, and it was like absolutely not. And it was like, well, I just never got into it because I don't have any. I'm kind of the same way. I have friends, but I don't, or not any that it's like, hey, I could go over and just smoke weed with you and chill.
Well, what I'm hearing is we're going to Indiana sometime soon.
That's fine. If you want to bring gummy. So here's the other thing I wonder about too, because the one time that I went on a work trip, the girls I was with, they're like, hey, we're going to go get edibles. Like, okay. They're like, you want to come with us? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a grown man. I can go do that. Let's go do it. Like, I'm free to do that now. So I go, and my dumbass, I pick it purely for the flavor. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm like, is it going to taste good? And so, and just hear me out. I find a 300 milligram one, and my first thought is that's a lot. Don't take all of that. So I'm like, okay. I was like, let me cut it into like fifths, so it's like 60 milligrams. And so I take about 60 milligrams. I'm sitting there. The two girls are just stoned. I'm sitting there in the chair just watching this movie with them. I'm like, I don't feel anything. I got cotton mouth, but I don't feel high. I don't feel anything really. I'm like, I don't want to take another one because then it's 120 milligrams. I might get really fucked up when we got work tomorrow. Oh God, I don't know what to do. So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna affect me. It'll be fun, interesting time if it happens.
Oh, you killed me with I'm a grown man. I can
I'm
go
grown,
into
man.
the dispensary.
Nobody can tell me I can't. I can buy it here in Kentucky. I can have it. The government can't tell me I can't do it no more.
That's hilarious.
And so it did what?
It gave me cotton mouth. That's about it.
That's it?
That's all 60 milligrams and it just gave you cotton mouth.
Yep.
You live in Indiana, right?
He's a redhead.
Indiana. Is it medical, recreational, illegal?
So they have it. You can get you can buy it, but it's from what I've heard, there's like limitations on what you're allowed to get here in the state. Pretty much everybody has to go to either Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, or Kentucky, all four of the surrounding states to go get it. If you want I guess better gummies. Now you can have it shipped here, but you're not allowed to, I guess, legally purchase it here. They're big sticklers on no, and I don't understand.
So I'm going to Google it, is what I hear. And then when we end up inevitably in Indiana, we got you, fam. But I'm not going to give you something that's going to make you want to because the first time I ever took an edible, I wanted to, anyway, it was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah. And that was my fear. I was like, okay, and again, I'm like 6'3". Mm-hmm. I'm like about 190 to 200 pounds, depending on the day. So it's like, I have these two girls. One of them is like 5 foot and maybe 100 pounds. The other one's like 5'2" and a little bit bigger than that, but not by much. And I'm like, God, these poor girls are going to have to deal with me if I'm like fucked up or crying or scared. I don't want to put them through that.
And all three of you took at least something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they at least let you hit, right?
No, well, one of them is married, one of them is engaged.
Well, it just sucks to be you all around. Huh?
Well, when I was telling you this in the chair that I was in, as the two girls are on the bed, I was like, God, I feel like I'm in the cuck chair. I need to be on the bed with.
You didn't at least get to watch.
Right. I'm like, fine, if I got to do it and it's two girls, I guess I'm more okay with it, but damn it.
Damn it. Yeah, the first time I ever did an edible, I was with two men. My boyfriend at the time. No. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't do anything bad. Not even a little bit.
I was like,
No.
Wow.
No. I've never done that. Never. Just one-on-one each time. I was with two men that I loved at the time and appreciated at the time.
So no visiting Paris, no Eiffel Towers. Got it.
One of them was my boyfriend. One of them was my best friend. Neither one have talked to me in years. But anyway, they had to tag team. One caught my upper half and one caught my lower half, and they had to carry me to the bathroom after I threw up all over my best friend's bedroom.
You
This
noticed she
before we
said
lived
tag
together.
team.
No, okay.
I know. I was like,
Okay.
oh,
Didn't
Laura, the
tag team, my
verbiage.
bad.
Oh, crap.
No.
And then you're like, they grab the upper half. I'm like, that's usually how that works. One
What?
grab the lower half. I'm like, yeah, that's usually how that works.
One went down south.
Shut up. Shut up.
No, I was kidding.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the moral of the story is neither one of them got anything that night because I wanted to die. I was like, no, like, take me now, Lord.
Was that the time that you spent 3 hours on the phone with me, or was that the
No,
second
that
time?
was the second time I took edibles, and that was Delta 8. That was Delta 8, and that was after you guys moved out, but you guys were still living there. And it was before I moved out of your house. And both these men I moved out with, by the way. But it was before I moved out. And I went over to the best friend's house, and he was living there. And my boyfriend got in a fight with his dad, so he was living there after somebody OD'd and almost died in that room, and then he decided that he was going to move in. Anyway, there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in that house. I mean, even included like Dobby Vanity. Anyway, so
yeah, that's a
Ooh,
whole rabbit
Dobby
hole.
Vanity.
Let's not even go there.
Anyway,
so who peeped?
Google him.
I think that that was Flanagan or Flynn. So
Flynn peeped. Oh, he made a noise.
he's got a squeaker up there.
Oh,
So
my bad. So anyway, sorry.
Well, I
I'm
think we're
chatting
gonna-
a lot.
yeah, I think we're actually gonna call
My
it
bad.
now because I've got to go to the restroom again, and
And I revealed too much information. So that's the point. So Lord help me if I ever get my own channel. I have my own channel, but I haven't uploaded anything. And you know what? Most people who want to be like a YouTuber or something, their parents are like, no, that's not a real career. Be a doctor. My mom's like, upload a video, you stupid bitch. And I'm like, I'm going to get high and take a nap instead.
Hey, you could do videos on that though. Like, let's go through a journey of me being high.
I could do some serious shit if I just applied myself. But you know what, Joy said I don't even know what you said you prefer.
Prefer mine and weed.
Prefer. I'm not even drunk. What the fuck? Anyway, but she prefers mine in weed form. But I'm so sorry that you didn't get to experience the full Tony experience tonight.
you can go back on replay.
She'll go back and replay.
It's
We had
just
a good
not the
time.
same.
And then Joe for show said, oh yeah, Alora upload a video. Yeah.
Right?
You know what? Alora Flowers on YouTube. I have like 50 subscribers, maybe. You subscribe, maybe
she
because
used to do music video, or she used to.
that was an old channel, different channel,
Oh.
different whatever.
She used to actually play the guitar and sing
Oh.
before she moved in with a loser.
Okay, that was part of the problem, but most of the problem was not him, even though he can suck a fat peepee. But
Isn't
he's
that
very
what most
anime.
people? Isn't that what most people want though? Like most people want the big PP. Like you got to make them want to suck a small PP. Like,
Oh,
that's
he
part of
was-
a punishment.
anyway, that's besides the point. His size is not
I'm
the
just
point.
saying.
Anyway, I'm not going to embarrass my mom, but Greek
Thank
men are
you.
blessed. But,
Okay.
but the point of the story is the point of the story is
So many bad jokes I could say.
don't just text me. Just text me. You got me. Anyway, the point of the story. What was the point of the story?
I don't know.
No. You're talking about how I used to sing. No, I have
Oh.
an inner ear problem. I have an inner
Oh.
ear problem. And so, like, a lot of times when I'll like sing or I'll play guitar or even listen to music or do anything in my life, I just like it's like my left side of my ear or my left ear. It'll just like go in and out like you're on a plane, but it's like worse than that. Like I've been on a plane, it's not even that bad.
And we tried to get it figured out, and they
And they
just
didn't
said
do shit.
allergies.
That's not what the issue is. There's a bigger issue. Maybe I need to like become a billionaire and I need to figure it out. But regardless, it like messes with my equilibrium, it messes with my sound, it messes with everything. So I just gave up on music. So
Unfortunately.
anyway, country roads take me home to a place where I belong. West Virginia. Okay.
Okay, that was definitely not expected.
Okay, we'll do some Amy Winehouse. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
Would you just remind me of your dad when you did that?
And I think, well, I mean, I came from somewhere, didn't I? And I think about all the things, what you're doing. And in my head, I paint a picture. That song always reminds me of Naya Rivera. Rest in peace. You were my first girl crush. Since I've come on home.
Okay, on that note, thank you, Tony.
And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Want to come on over? Stop making a fool out of me.
Thank you, Tony, for hanging out with us. My daughter is a crackhead, but that's all right.
That's okay. Hey, you guys got to hear me talk about Elmo, gargoyling, circle jerks. Like,
Tell me more about gargoyling.
Did you witness that witness gargoyling yourself?
She said you saw 8 people.
I saw 8 people circle jerking, but no, we never had to deal with the gargoyle. I don't know how any of us would have responded to the gargoyling thing.
I never got the gargoyle talk. So
Ooh, well, you don't have. Never mind. Women aren't like that.
Yeah,
right. There's some women out there that
Women,
are crazy.
Women are freaky, but they don't gargoyle. They're like,
okay.
Again, thinking of it like post boot camp, I'm like, man, I kind of wish somebody did, because I definitely would have opened the locker door up and just watched what happened.
he's like, I wish someone would did. Oh, I wish someone did. I would have joined in.
Hey, I can't leave. If one does it, we all have to be uniform, right? We all got to do it. So, I mean, I guess I got to get up there too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Tony, for
Brandy K says her girl crushes Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore. She did some, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, Drew Barrymore back in the day was.
Yeah. She did some movie where she wore like some kind of like corset or something. And Drew Barrymore. But anyway.
Okay. Anyways, I think we are going to go now because my daughter is embarrassing the hell out of me. Okay. So anyway.
There's only like 14 people watching, so oh my god, Alora embarrassed me.
Anyways, okay, so thank you everybody for joining. We've had at least 14 people come in and hang out, so thank you very much. And yes, we are silly people, especially when we don't have anything to talk about. So.
Honestly, I am more of the kind of person who just goofs around rather than is serious. So this works for me. You know what? We've been watching recently. Well, I watched Drag Race and we watched Big Brother. Big Brother just came on and they have one of my Drag Race contestants. And I'm not going to do it next year because they're forcing me out on my own. But I'm going to sign up for Big Brother one day. That's fine. I'm almost 26, so I deserve to be on my own.
They're forcing me out on my own.
They're forcing me. It's okay. It's fine. It's cool.
It's better than I think some of my coworkers have legitimately tried to see if they could sign me up for like Love on the Spectrum or Down for Love. So
they're going to say Love Island.
No.
I'm going to sign up for Big Brother. You sign up for the same season, Tony. We got this. We'll pretend we don't know each other.
Exactly.
We'll showmans. Be like, hey, we're just buddies. It's cool.
We're just friends. It's fine.
It's all good. But thank you, Tony, for tuning in for our BS.
No,
BS and her attentiveness.
I always love coming on with y'all. It's always a good time. I feel like we always laugh.
If I went off the rails, if we were in person, Tony, you don't understand the depths of depravity that we would reach.
Oh no, believe me, there are plenty of times at work I'm like, exactly, go Tigers. That it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm around normal people. I can't say the bad jokes. Like again, I'll message you, Laura. There's one like I had everybody crying at work. It's like I had some really, really worried, and they're like, oh, God.
I understand. About 5 different department supervisors. Well, there were like 3 department supervisors. 4 department supervisors and like 1 regular person that got fired for like some other jokes, but those were like racist jokes, which I would never make, for the record, everybody. Okay. But regardless, after that happened, I was like, ooh, I need to be more careful about what I say to people. And there's only like 4 people I have a conversation with. And like on Friday, I like disturbed some people emotionally and physically and spiritually, I think. They're like, Laura, just go away. They're like, get out of here. Anyway, there was a man who like lit something on fire this week. He lit something on fire this week. I feel like people heard about that. We talked about that. Didn't you hear about the guy who lit it on fire?
No.
Oh yeah, that was here in Indiana, unfortunately too, and up in Fort Wayne.
Oh no! How far away? Like far?
Like an hour.
Oh, you should go like make friends. I don't know.
Oh hey, you're the eunuch. Or honestly, the first thing that pops into my mind, if you remember Pirates of the Caribbean, when Jack Sparrow is like introducing Will Sparrow, he's like, snip, snip, eunuchy.
Some old dude I worked with, like on Friday, was like, "Oh, is that your way of flirting?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No." And then I asked him to F Mary kills 3 different people at our job. We're not.
Oh yeah, we've done that a lot. We're like, all right, if you have to. We're like, oh god.
And he told me to become a eunuch after the kill and the marry. Somebody felt bad for. He's like, eunuch status. No, no, no. I'm like, ooh. Okay, I got you. But yeah, just let me know. You can in the comments. Oh, I hear a little boy a woo wooing.
Okay, we need to get off, but
thank you, Tony.
Thank you,
had a good
Tony.
time.
We'll have you on hopefully next time for a structured one. But at the same time, I really enjoy these just sessions of us talking. And like we said at the beginning, there's already been 1 deleted, so at least we didn't have to delete this one.
Imagine if we weren't recorded, the things we would have said.
I know.
I got you, Tony. I'll text you.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and I hope that you have a wonderful week and that you go out there and do something good for the world to change it for the better. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Beaker with Military Broadcast Radio TV. We're your virtual MWR, bringing veterans radio, podcasts, gaming, animation, 3D printing, and a community that never leaves you behind. Download our Roku or mobile app today.